Welcome back, BrewTubers. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. Fantastic news. A lot of you already know this, but my buddy Robert and I, we actually won the homebrew competition at Stone on that Saturday at the AHA rally. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. Big thanks to everyone that commented and congratulated me, well, really us, on our victory. We knew we had a good beer, but you never know going to a competition like that. I mean, there's 29 other beers. There's a lot of amazing homebrewers around San Diego. You just don't know what's going to show up at the competition. So we had a lot of support out there. A lot of friends showed up, really supported us. Yeah, big thanks to anyone that showed up, voted for us. Just absolutely amazing. So what's this mean now? Well, by winning the Stone AHA Homebrew Rally, we now get to brew up our beer with Stone, which is the Coconut IPA. So I cannot give you the recipe. I've been keeping the recipe sort of a secret. I've given you a lot of hints, hence the last video. So, a lot of people have been asking me, elsewhere, like, well, what hops did you use, and how'd you use the coconut in it? And well, if you watched the last Homebrew Wednesday video, I dropped you some big hints. The yeast and the malt is a bit of a secret, and how much hops we actually used and how much coconut we used is a secret. I can give you a hint. It's a lot of hops and a lot of coconut. Probably more hops than you would imagine in a typical IPA, and a lot of coconut. So I'll leave it at that. The recipe is a secret for now. I'm sure it will be posted at some point via Stone or AHA. The recipe will be out there eventually, so you will get to know what that is, what we did for our beer. So right now, the first thing we did was find a collaborator. Stone likes to do these three-way collaborations where it's Stone and two other breweries. And in this case, Stone, a home brewer, or home brewer's case, Robert and I, and another brewery. Well, we put a list together and gave it to Stone, and they went through it, saw who was available, who was interested, and came up with Rip Current. Rip Current is a very, very new brewery in San Diego. They just opened in the winter. I think it was December. No, take it back. They opened, early December. They opened during Strong Ale Festival at Petesport, so that was early December. Absolutely been killing it since they've opened. Owned by Paul, Sangster, and Guy. Forget Guy's last name. I'm not too familiar with Guy. I've only met him a couple times. But Paul, I've known for a while now. He's a member of Quaff. He's a member of Society of Bottling Engineers. I've been trying some of his homebrews over the years. He won the Nikasi Award at the 2011 AHA National Homebrewers Conference as the best brewer in the country. The guy can brew beer, phenomenal beer. He's finally gone pro. They have a very cool brew house. The brewery's like 10 minutes from my house, so this kind of really helps things out in terms of like collaborating with them on the Coconut IPA. But they already brew one of the best brown ales in the county, up there with AleSmith's, formerly known as Nautical Nut Brown. Their pale ale is one of the best I've ever had. It's up there with Alpine's Hoppy Birthday. Not quite Hoppy Birthday, but it's approaching that level. One of the best pale ales out there. If you go there, don't pass up on the pale ale. It's not a typical like Sierra Nevada pale ale or even something lesser than that. It's a true San Diego pale ale. The IPAs putting out are awesome, and then they're doing all this pilot batch stuff. Anyway, phenomenal brewery. Them and Society are the two newest breweries that are actually killing it in San Diego, and highly recommend checking it out. So Rip Current is who we chose. Well, sort of Stone chose. They're on our list, though. So we're more than happy to work with Paul and Guy and the rest of Rip Current on Coconut IPA. We are meeting with Mitch next week, and Mitch Steele, brewmaster at Stone, next week. Hope to have more details for you. At this point, I can't offer any other than I believe the beer is going to come out by summer. That's kind of what I've heard initially. As far as when we brew it, they're going to have a Meet the Brewers event. I don't know any of these details, but we're going to work on, in the meantime, hopefully next weekend, finalizing the recipe, maybe locking down some particular dates so I can for those to all of you out there, let you know what's going on. I mean, I'm going to try to be involved in the process as much as I can, as much as they'll allow me to. And you know, I really hope they you know, there's no guarantees that they can brew our recipe exactly as we enter it in the competition. It's part of the rules. You know, they say like no extracts, no wild yeast, bacteria, none of that stuff. You know, it's in there. So we're hoping they can brew up the recipe, you know, as close as possible to what we came up with. But we'll see. I mean, there might be some slight changes here and there. And considering the hops we're using, it might be hard for them to get them. So, you know, who knows? I'll try to keep you all posted. It's so awesome to think that, you know, my name's going to be out there on a bottle of Stone beer that's going to be distributed all over the country. I mean, that's just, you know, it was unbelievable to win the competition. So now I'm 2 for 2. I won it with my barrel aged quad in the Quaff Strong Ale competition back in, what was that, November, December of last year, and now entering with R&R Coconut IPA. So I'm not much of a competition guy, but I've done well so far. So, and this is a great competition to win. The downside is I won't be able to enter into the Stone HA Rally until I think it's 2017, which you know, I'll take it. I'll take this experience of getting to work with Mitch and the rest of the Stone crew to brew up this beer. You know, working with Rip Current and of course my brewing partner Robert. It's going to be fun. I've tried to document as much as I can for the YouTube channel. Try to do as many vlogs on this as possible. Try to give as much insight into the experience as I can, because the previous winners, fantastic brewers. You know, Ken Schmidt's won it twice. Kelsey McNair, he was disqualified from this year. I'm sure we would have had a phenomenal beer we would have competed with this rally, but I think he gets to rejoin next year if possible. I think you have to sit out 3 years after you win. Jason and Kevin, I don't think they entered this year, but you know, they did the cherry chocolate stout, and that's the video. If you go back through my archives on YouTube, I posted footage from that day of the Stone AHA rally when Jason and Kevin won, and that was a you know, those guys weren't well known in the brewing scene, and they put together a beer and they happened to win, and you know, a nice collaboration between them, and won the competition. And you know, that was definitely inspiration at the time. That was unfortunately last year when the rally came up, I just didn't have any beer ready. I didn't really plan out. This year came in with a game plan, came in with the schedule, did, you know, multiple batches of this beer before entering it in. We timed it right so the beer would be drinking at its peak that Saturday when the competition was going on, and I think you really have to do that if you want to have a shot at it. For one, you got to have a good concept, something, you know, fairly unique. You know, with our beer, we're just adding one extra ingredient. We're adding coconut into IPA, but how you balance out that coconut, how it works with the hops, you know, that's something you have to play around with. You're not going to get it right the first time around. So if you're going to enter into future competitions, come in with a game plan. You know, look at the schedule. You know, figure out when you think this beer is going to be drinking at its peak at the competition, and definitely get a reliable keg for the competition, because unfortunately, for at least a couple brewers of the beers I tried, their beers are completely flat. I mean, their keg had leaked. You have to turn in the keg 8 days prior. Although I guess you could have turned it in the day of, but you know, have to deal with transportation the day of, and maybe shaking up the keg a little more than you'd like. But you know, coming with the game plan like we did, I mean, it's worth doing. So this video is going on far too long. I just want to give an update. Thanks to everyone that commented on it. I'm really looking forward to brewing up the Coconut IPA with Stone and Rip Current. It's been exciting so far, and oh man, I'm looking forward to Brew Day. I'm looking forward to hopefully a lot of you that watch me that also do beer reviews. You know, it'll be exciting to see what you think of the beer. My plan right now is to probably brew up the recipe and try to align it such that when the beer actually hits shelves through Stone, that I'll have a homebrewed version up to kind of, you know, do a little comparison with, see how it does, and Maybe even thinking about having a contest for those of you. Maybe there's a few states out there that the beer won't be distributed to. Maybe doing like a contest to ship out some bottles. I'm sure we'll be able to get some for that contest. So, all right, that's gonna wrap it up. Cheers. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope to brew this weekend. I'll hope to film that as well. Get some more. I know a lot of you have been requesting homebrew videos. Try to get some more of those going. So, until next time, cheers.